How we doing out there? How we doing out there? I know it's late, Friday, November 21st, 2025. And right now is, you know what? I've been trying to get time, I find time today to do this piece. So anybody right now familiar with that Jacksonville story? I think it happened over 5 years ago when Ksoo, the rapper. Ksoo real name is what? Hakeem Robinson. He's been fighting a serious charge connected to multiple murders in Jacksonville, Florida. For years, this case has been filled with rumors, politics, and street beef. ATK versus KTA, and a whole lot of bodies. Even with that being said, man, the biggest twist in that, when Ksoo's own father, his biological father, Hakeem Robinson Sr., testified against him. Man, sit back and think about it. You got your own dad basically putting the nail in your coffin. So when you sit back and you look at it, guys, like, make that make sense. You know, it is rules and regulation in the street game. And most of the time, it's among your peers. It's among, guys, your age bracket. So right now, when I was out there in the street between the age of 14 and 24, that's who I surrounded myself with. I didn't surround myself with my pops, my uncles, or these older cats. So once again, for pops, and I'm saying to be in position to give up his damn son, whoa, that's hell to pay, man. That's hell to pay. So like I said right now, man, let's sit back and think about it. This man, what he had to go through. He had to put the nail in the coffin of his own damn son. So right now is, even though he was incarcerated, even though right now for 5 years they've been fighting this case. What'd you say? So humble city boy, what's up, Glaze? I don't think Pop going to survive. Like I said right now is, according to the reports, I guess he's getting out of Jacksonville. So he just got released. He just got time served. He got time served for taking a stand against his biological son and a few other people. And it's not that he participated with the actual murder. He was participating after the fact, help them. Basically right now is gave people money to get out of town, moving people around back and forth. So he's an accessory after the fact. He didn't pull the trigger. He wasn't a getaway driver, but he was accessory after the fact. But once they put that pressure on him, told him, listen, man, you either work with us or you're going to be a victim of circumstance and you're going to go down there with your son. So this individual right now, he said, man, listen, man, I done did biz, but I'm not going to do this time based upon I didn't commit this crime. What I was trying to do is help them get away with it. But now, once you got implicated in it, the game was over with, man. The game was over with. Less than the average Joe. Ksoo say he had what? He had what? What did he have? But like I said right now, Ksoo, whose real name is Hakeem Robinson, have been fighting this serious charge. He just got sentenced to his life. Him and his co-defendant, they got sentenced to his life. So Pop, after 5.5 years, he been laying up. So now he got sentenced today, and they let him out. So he's free. But once again, even the judge say, listen, man, you got a hell of a target on your back. Wow. Ksoo told the judge he has less than $1,000. All right. But right now, the judge told him, listen, man, you got a hell of a target on your back. So, and not only that, you're a convicted felon of multiple counts. So you are not licensed to carry a gun. So even right now, one thing smart, what he say? He's going to get out of town. He's going to leave Jacksonville. So even with that being said, Doc Screen, how you doing? Doc Secret, how you doing? Even with that being said, he's going to leave town. But he got to make sure while he's out of town, he got to keep his nose clean. He got to get a jobby job. So you got to figure, this man in his 50s, So automatically, he should have put all that BS to the side. And once he get back out there, he don't got another choice but to live a law-abiding life. He can't afford to roll the dice and get caught up in no BS under any circumstance. Because once again, you gotta sit back. What did he went through? He don't know nothing besides crime. Buff NY 6632. You know what? Listen, man. He gotta learn something. Because the criminal way didn't work. So he should have realized that it don't work. So he should never have got caught up into his sons and them BS. Because look at him right now. You coming out. You coming out of prison, out of the county jail, after what, 5.5 years? And then right now, from understanding, he got younger kids. He got kids, what, 6 years old, 7 years old? Man. So he got to do what is best for himself. Dude, don't think like that. You know what, man? It doesn't matter how you think. After a while, we all got to grow up, man. We all got to grow up. We all got to get away from that knucklehead stuff. Because eventually what's going to happen is going to right now bite you in the rear end. So right now I don't know how in the hell he got caught up into the first place. Less than average Joe. It seemed like getting money used to be the main object, and violence was a side effect of that pursuit. Now, violence for clout is main objective. Backward, if you ask me. Yeah, that's very backwards. Hey, that's very backwards. I'm going to put that up, dog. I'm going to put that up. Less than average Joe. He's saying it seemed like getting money used to be the main objective, and violence was a side effect of that pursuit. Now, violence for clout is the main objective. Backward, if you ask me. It is backwards. Because once again, right now is, if you're going to pick up that brick and you're going to throw it at that prison wall, make sure you pick up that brick, throwing it at that prison wall for something. Now people pick up that brick, throwing it at that prison wall for absolutely nothing. So you're right. All that, it's not worth it, man. I don't care what anybody's saying. It's not worth it. If anybody tell you it's worth it, you know what? They're a fool. So let's listen to it. Let me see if I can play it and go from there. Hold up.
All right, Mr. Robinson, of course, I sat through the trial at which you testified, and I am fully aware of the assistance and cooperation that you've provided in the prosecutions of not only your son, but of the other defendants who have cases before me, Leroy Whitaker, Mr. Hudson, Mr. Brown, and the rest of the gang, if you will. And so it is not lost on me the hard decision that you needed to make and what you have done to assist in these investigations and prosecutions.
So you heard that. Right now is the judge say, you know what? Listen, you testify against your son. You testify against other individual in regards to this matter. So once again, what she's doing is she basically know everything that he had done and willing to work with him based upon the prosecutor asking for, quote unquote, what? A downward departure for his cooperation. Come on. But you go, I agree, but he's one of those dudes that never learn. Doing crime with sons, yeah. Doing crime with your son is like, that's jacked up. Good point, especially for the younger ones, younger out there. Hey, folks, listen, man. This man, not only, he threw away his life. Now that he's free, he can't carry a gun. Okay, you know what? Let me rephrase that. Because you can't tell nobody what they can and what they cannot do. He don't supposed to carry no gun. So right now is the best thing, like he said he's going to do, he's going to get out of town. Even with that being said and done, he got to make sure wherever he go, he dot his I, cross his T. Okay, people have always been addicted to clout, but it's gotten worse because of social media. Wow, that's crazy. But like I said right now, is he lost whatever family he had. Because once again, you went against your son and you went against other individual that was like family. So at the end of the day, these are all young kids that used to look up to you. These are all dudes, they want to be just like you. They was trying to, quote unquote, follow in your footsteps. And that's why right now, folks, listen, when you out there, you got to be careful because you don't know who's looking up to you for the wrong reason. I had a bunch of, you know what? I got a bunch of people telling me how they used to look up to me, how they used to respect me and admire me. But y'all was looking up to me for all the wrong reason. Y'all was looking up to me because I was out there robbing, stealing, killing, selling drugs, poisoning my community, destroying my community. But I got so many individuals talking about how much they used to look up for me for all the wrong reason. Wow. So once again, even though right now, when I got caught up into my lifestyle between the age of 14 and 24, you still got younger people out there idolizing you, watching you. You got people watching for the window. You got people watching from the sidewalk. They're watching you. They're watching your every move. And you know what they're trying to do is they trying to copy. They trying to copy what you were doing or what you was doing. So right now is with Hakeem Robinson Sr., with Ksoo dad, his boys, his nephew, the little gang, they looked up to him because they heard so much about him from the street. They heard so much about him when people was coming home from the prison. And you know what? A lot of times people listen to people come out there talking all this fantastic story. And you know what? These kids, they let their imagination run wild and say, you know what? When I grow up, I want to be just like them. So you mean to tell me these little boys, they want to be like criminals. They want to be like drug dealers. They want to be like killers. They want to be like, be a part of the game because they're lost. Because nobody out there, yo, ho, come here, man. Nah, all that BS is wrong. You know what happened when cats go to jail? You know what? Some of these guys go to jail, they get taken advantage of. Some of these guys go to jail, and you know what? They get strung out on medication because they can't do the time, so the time is doing them. So even with that, some of these guys, when they go to jail, they start messing with other men. Some of these guys, when they go to jail, they start getting addicted to drugs to take away that sorrow, to take away that pain. So once again, nobody's out there really telling these guys the real truth. Let them know, listen, man, jails for prisons for suckers, man. The prison system is for losers. That's what they should be telling them. That's what they should be teaching them. It's that right now is they should be teaching them. See, you see right there, Mr. Johnny over there? He go to work each and every day. He busts his ass each and every day. He take care of his wife, his kids, his grandkids. He take care of his family. That's the real leader. That's the real man. That's the man that never took no shortcut. You see right now, people like myself and Ksoo dad, we was losers. Because right now, the people that we was exploiting, the people that we was taking advantage of is our own people. People that look like us. People that sound like us. People living in the same community that we're living in. But yet and still, we're exploiting them. We are destroying them. We are taking advantage of them. So once again, that's the message that back then, or even going forward, that the OGs, the unks, should be telling these young boys to let them know, man, there's no shortcut in life. Look how many people lost their life. How many people with this little, let me get it right, ATK versus KTA, how many of these guys lost their life? For what? And even right now, look at the comment. My man got there. It seemed like getting money used to be the main objective, and violence was a side effect of that pursuit. Now violence for clout is the main objective. Everybody want to be down. Everybody want to be tough. Everybody want to go kill. Do you know once you pull that trigger, there's no coming back? Do you know once you pull that trigger, guess what? How many people lose? You just kill somebody, so they are gone. Then right now is you just lost your life to the penitentiary. So right now, how many people lost? That's the difference. We got to start doing the math. And we got to start putting our heart and our mind, our spirit. We're tired. We're sick and tired of being losers. You think peer pressure had a lot to do with it, man? Come on, man. Peer pressure. A lot of times what we have to do is get back to the basic principle and ask ourselves, before we pull that trigger, before we jump off the porch, before we commit this crime, is it going to bring us pain or is it going to bring us pleasure? If it's going to bring you pain, don't be selfish. Don't just think about me, myself, and I. Think about your mother. Think about your father. Think about your brother, your sister. Think about your aunt, your uncle, your grandparents, your wife, your kids. Before you do something stupid, do critical thinking and ask yourself, is it going to bring me pain or is it going to bring me pleasure? If it's going to bring you pain, think about how many other people are going to suffer behind that one stupid mistake that you may make. And right now, I guarantee you, during that 5 years that Hakeem Robinson Sr. was in there, I bet you how many times he kicked himself in the rear end. He kicked himself in the ass. Like he said, within the last 90 days, he been in protective custody. He only went outside 3 times. Because once again, right now, he been locked down in a jail cell 24 hours a day for 90 days straight. He only went outside 3 times. Listen, do you know what that do to you from a psychological standpoint? Being locked down in the cell? Only time you probably coming out is to take a shower. Only the food come to you. Everything that you need come to you. Come on. Who the hell want to live like that? Nobody in a rightful state of mind. So like I told you, at the end of the day right now is how many people lost? How many people lost? Over what? Let's get back to it.
In these horrific crimes that resulted in the death of people in our community, that you were not the shooter, you did not provide or get rid of the firearms or play a major role in the crimes. You did play a role in the crimes, and for that you're being held accountable by being an accessory after the fact, driving people to the doctor, driving people away from a crime scene, providing money for Mr. Berner to get out of town with Janera Smith. And so that is what I am sentencing you for today.
So even right now, you got to look at it. That judge trying to be as fair as possible. So what's she doing? What she doing is she going back over. Yeah, I understand what you did. Right now is, yeah, you testify against your own biological son. You testify against, these kids that looked up to you. They thought you was a hero. They thought you was their idol. They look at you like, you was the Michael Jackson or the Michael Jordan of the community. They look at you as you Billy Badass. But now you have to get up on that stand and point the finger at your son and his friends. For what? Why in the hell did you put yourself in that predicament in the first place? Make it make sense. That's why I say we have to change the narrative. We have to let these kids know it's not worth it, man. It's not. What the sense of thinking you winning when you're gonna lose? That man lost. He lost 5 more years of his life. And not only that, he lost the relationship that he had with his son and his other family member because of what he did. Come on. None of that SHIT is worth it, folks. I don't care what anybody say. Anybody that's out there praising that lifestyle, thinking it's cool, oh man, we took out this person. Oh man, they took out one of us. We took out 2 of them. That's got to stop, man. If y'all cats want to fight and y'all want to really prove how tough y'all are, join the goddamn Army, Navy, the Marine. Come on. Make it make sense. Stop killing people that look just like you. Stop destroying your neighborhood. Come on. Make it make sense. Let's keep it going.
For that one count of accessory after the fact, I am going to adjudicate you guilty. I am going to sentence you to the 1,898 days that you have already served. That's a Florida state prison sentence, but it is time served. That's going to be followed by 2 years of community control with electronic monitoring.
So like I say, he got sentenced to time served. He got sentenced to time served. So right now he's free. But once again, what he told the judge, I'm moving. I'm not staying here. And like she say, I already know you got a target on your back. I already know right now people are going to be looking for you. And like I told you right now, if he don't leave, then what? He's putting himself more in harm's way. And like I say, folks, listen, man. To me, none of that BS was worth it, man. It wasn't worth it. Ksoo father, Abdul Robinson Sr., made a decision that shook the whole city. He made a deal. He agreed to testify against his own son and other defendant. Some people call it survival. Some people call it betrayal. The street call it snitching. But the courtroom call it cooperation. That's why they gave everybody else life. And they gave another cat, I think he was the getaway driver, and he cooperated. They gave him 25 years. But this man basically just got 5 years. For what? Was it worth it? I bet you right now, if he had the opportunity to go back in time, he would have rethought this. He would understand right now is, listen, man, ho. Nah, I can't do this. I can't get involved. See, if he don't put himself in that predicament in the first place, it's nothing for him to cooperate about. It's nothing for him to snitch about. Because guess what? He don't know nothing. He's not getting, y'all go ahead. I don't want to hear it. I don't see nothing, so I can't say nothing. After giving his testimony, the judge hit him with a surprising sentence, time served. That means he's basically done. He's free. That's why everybody online is talking, because the system rewarded him for helping them put his son away. The street code question. This is where the conversation get deep. We grew up in a culture where your family come before everything, but the street have no rules. You don't talk, you don't tell. So the people are asking, which one did he choose? Did he choose the survival? Did he choose betrayal? And does the street code even matter in 2025? The cooperation is damaging to Ksoo defense, because when the prosecution has your father, your blood, pointing finger, the jury is listening. You know what I'm saying? They listen. That's the big difference. It's deeper than rap. It's deeper than gang politics. This is a whole family been torn apart. For what? What is the lesson that we're going to take away from this? How can we make sure history do not repeat itself? How do we make sure these kids, them saying, don't continue to pick up that brick, throw it at the prison wall for absolutely nothing? You know, even when you sit back and think about that young lady, Alicia Andrews, for the, Julio Fulio murder. You know, even right now, I want to do a piece about that, because even as I watch that trial, how in the hell that young lady got caught up in that predicament in the first place? When you sit back and you think about it, how in the hell she got caught up in that predicament in the first place? But not only that, she was on trial for her life. And for some reason, I don't know what was her lawyers thinking, or if they was thinking, because they got her on camera, you know, smiling, laughing. It was no laughing matter being on trial for capital murder, that you facing life imprisonment. You in there putting the makeup on and doing your hair. Like, listen, man, stop being intoxicated for the social media platform, because that's what's happening. She thinking, oh, you know, you worrying about your hair. You worrying about your makeup. So what about being part of these individuals that was allegedly responsible for the death of Julio Fulio? You right there. Come on. So like I told you, I don't know what the hell is going on. Who is in these kids' ear? Who are they listening to? Because once again, obviously, they listen to a bunch of nondescript individual leading them down self-destruction. That's what he at. Self-destruction. Mark 4, what's up, my brother? How you doing, man? Clout is a hell of a drug, man. Y'all gonna have that clout, man. Yeah, so clout is a hell of a drug. Man, clout. What is clout? Make it make sense, man. Peer pressure and wanting to fit in. And you know what? Less than average Joe. I got caught up into that. I got caught up into the famous follow leader game. But even now, it's worse. It's worse in 2025 than it was in my time. It's worse. And like you say, everybody want that recognition. Everybody want that 15 minutes of fame. And it seems like they don't give a damn how they go about getting that 15 minutes of fame. That mean right now is for 15 minutes, you willing to risk your life. Either dying on a cold, dirty, nasty street or dying in the penitentiary with natural life. Make it make sense, folks. It's more to life than chasing clout. It's more to life than shooting and killing someone. It's more than life than robbing and stealing. It's more than life than selling drugs. It's nothing cool about that. It's nothing cool. Could you imagine having Instagram or TikTok in the 80s? No, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine. But sit back and think about and see what we just witnessed. What we just witnessed. You know, what we just witnessed. And like I say, folks, for y'all just joining me, hey, make sure you hit the like button. I got 38 people in the building, 13 likes. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. But anyway, as I say, the backstory. Ksoo, real name is Hakeem Robinson, has been fighting serious charges connected to the multiple murders in Jacksonville for years. This case has been filled with rumors, politics, street beef, ATK versus KTA, and a whole lot of body. But the biggest twist didn't come from the street. It came from inside his own family. So his dad got on the stand and basically right now had to give him up. What advice will you have for someone doing life for murder? Man, come on, what advice? You know what? Stay in the law library. Stay away from jailhouse politics. And right now, pray. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, like if you stay in that law library, you know what? The laws is changing constantly. And once again, just because you got life, that don't mean you're gonna do life. So much rules and laws have been changed. Hey, I'm gonna go back over it one more time. For those of you just joining in late, we talking about Ksoo dad, Abdul Robinson. Abdul Robinson. He was sentenced to what? Time served.
All right, Mr. Robinson, of course, I sat through the trial at which you testified, and I am fully aware of the assistance and cooperation that you've provided in the prosecutions of not only your son, but of the other defendants who have cases before me, Leroy Whitaker, Mr. Hudson, Mr. Brown, and the rest of the gang, if you will. And so it is not lost on me the hard decision that you needed to make and what you have done to assist in these investigations and prosecutions.
So y'all just heard that. But here it is, even in the comic, look what I'm reading at. Even in the comment section, they was making song with video about some of the murders they was allegedly involved in, naming names. So you already set yourself up, man. They was already setting themselves up. So even right now, whereas he got sentenced today. And to me,
in these horrific crimes that resulted in the death of people in our community, that you were not the shooter, you did not provide or get rid of the firearms or play a major role in the crimes. You did play a role in the crimes, and for that you're being held accountable by being an accessory after the fact, driving people to the doctor, driving people away from a crime scene, providing money for Mr. Berner to get out of town with Janera Smith. And so that is what I am sentencing you for today.
Okay, so here comes the last one.
6-1. For that one count of accessory after the fact, I am going to adjudicate you guilty. I am going to sentence you to the 1,898 days that you have already served. That's a Florida State prison sentence, but it is time served. That's going to be followed by 2 years of community control with electronic monitoring.
So look, he got time served. Time served. After serving, what, over 5 years? For what? For what? And like I say, not only that, he had to give up his son. He had to give up other people. And at the end of the day right now, who's the winner? You got the victims, they gone, they dead. The family's still mourning. And you got these individuals that pulled the trigger that was there. Whether he was the shooter, whether he was the getaway driver, whether he was like there, sitting in the car. They are all accessory. So they just like guilty as pulling the trigger. So at the end of the day right now, it wasn't worth it. Then you got your own dad. The dad had to give his son and his friends up. It wasn't worth it. Doing life, do you like the rest of us? Hope for the best, hope to keep growing. Peace be still 9073. Your book is classic. Thank you, thank you. This is the second time Blue, Ksoo dad, has snitched. He told on his co-defendant on another case from the 90s. Wow. But like I said right now, listen, folks, there's no shortcut in life. Crime doesn't pay. And like I said right now, it's not worth it. Get a jobby job. Do it right the first time. Be like the mailman. Be like, the sanitation. I'd rather pick up trash. You know what I'm saying? For 35, 40 years. Retire with a nice house. Took care of my family, my bills and responsibility. Getting old. Hey, Roland Chester, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? What's up, man? How you doing, man? Yeah, but like I told you folks, listen, man, that's a sad situation, man. That's a sad situation. And like you said right now, you got everybody that lost. All those guys lost. Young kids got life. For what? It wasn't worth it, man. Hey, I'm the real Brian Glaze Gibbs. Hit the like button, subscribe, share. Hey, if I can change, anybody can change. And make sure at the very, very end, y'all hit the hype button. One love.